Hello! First Instagram Live. I'm handling FAQ questions right here live. If you have some, drop your questions or send them to me the DMs. So I have gotten this question 5 times in the last hour. Why is trauma-informed physician coach training only open once a year? Is that really true? It really is. We open once a year. Every year I've had the program. We're on around 6. We open once a year for a few things. I teach physician doctors how to build exclusive coaching practices, how to sell like a doctor, in-demand energy, how to create buy now clients. And a lot of that is through creating exclusivity. Opening just once a year is part of the business model. It's very strategic and on purpose. It naturally builds exclusivity because you can't just get in all the time. There's one time, 7 days only, where you can get in. It's very ethical. It creates decision makers. And then once the doors close, it's the next year before people come in. And in that year, what happens? We have someone who came in who within 3 months retired from medicine. Someone else said, I need to wait a whole nother year. Waiting a year has real impact on your life. So we try to be very open and transparent. So we only open once a year. It's part of the business model. How you can make more than a doctor by coaching about 1 hour a day is not constantly be in launch mode, not constantly generating lots of emails on social media all the time. You'll notice if you follow my social media channel, if I'm not launching, I'm not on here. Why? Because my schedule is mainly free space. I'll coach about 1 hour a day, making more than a doctor. The admin I do in my coaching business, I try to be done with everything by around noon most days. So I open only once a year for several reasons: to build exclusivity, also to create the ethical urgency, also because that's how I live. I don't want to be working around the clock. I did not burn out in medicine to leave into coaching to get burned out in coaching. No. If we're going to leave medicine, it's going to be for something better. And then keep in mind, when I started my coaching practice, I only had 1 hour a week to begin with. So I trained my brain from the very beginning. We are not going to dawdle all day on Canva graphics. We're not going to focus on nonsense and things that don't create impact, money, and revenue. We're going to learn how to get things done fast so that we can make more than a doctor coaching just 1 hour a day. Launch once a year. It also protects the container. So if we had new people coming in all the time, then they're always learning the vernacular. They're always learning the concepts. They're always asking day one questions, which holds the whole container back. Instead, if we open just once a year, not only is my schedule protected, my group is protected. Everyone comes in at the same time. On the very first call, February 5th, we're going to make sure everyone has their goal decision made. And the goal decisions vary. Sometimes it's, I want to make my next 100K in this year. I want to retire in under a year. I want to be on the TEDx stage. I want to book out my one-on-ones. So we figure out what is your dream result. And I make sure that everyone leaves that very first call with a customized success plan for you. It involves your goal, but also the skills to get there. We set that up on day 1. And on the second call, we do an intensive where I go over everything you need to know, all of our principles. So you never have to go look at the library. You never have to go through lots of course material. No. On one call, you get everything you need to be an elite, advanced, trauma-informed physician coach. So we give you everything up front, and then we build from there. We don't waste our time resetting every couple of months for a new person. Everyone comes in at once. We all start on the same page, and then we just go towards the finish line until everyone's done. So it protects the container as well. And then the other piece that I want to say is, what was it? Oh, the other piece is that people don't believe this, so I have to tell you, my clients will tell you this is the truth, but I go deep in everyone's business. So I will know what your preferences are, your strengths. I'm going to know your goals, your story, your positioning. I'm going to be thinking, we meet on the calls, we have our weekly calls, but outside of the calls, I'm going to be thinking about your business because I love it. I love to think about how can we position this better. So I'll give you an example of an OBGYN who had come in who is the known sex expert for her city. And she was wondering, how do I position this? How do I start growing this practice? And she wanted to talk about building your capacity to have a better sex life in menopause. I was like, listen, that's not going to sell. No one's buying capacity for emotions for sex. But you know what they are buying? Better sex in 30 days with or without hormones. That's what they're buying, right? So I'm thinking about every one of my clients' businesses at a granular level, at the cellular level. I am diving deep and I'm watching everyone's social media and giving them ideas and clues and letting them know you did this really well. And if you just tweak this for next time, I think we could even make it stronger. That takes a lot of cerebral space. So I don't want people coming in all the time. I want to have my little family. We're building our cohort of sisterhood. And then every single one of them is going to cross the finish line. This is our 6th round. 100% of our clients have gotten 100% of the results because of how I set up this business model, which means I only launch once a year. And the last reason I want to say is when you run a business model where there's 2 pieces I want to say, is that I see a lot of physician coaches whose their door is always open. You can walk in anytime. And their thought behind it usually is, well, I always need to be collecting money. I always want someone to be able to pay me. I never want to leave money on the table. Okay, this is why your physician business is not exclusive. The doors are always open. Someone could come in anytime. It means you are constantly working on selling out spots. Versus in my business model that I propose, you have 7 days a year you're gonna fill up spots, and the rest of the day is delivery. It's supporting your clients. It's getting amazing results. It's coaching them. That is an amazing business model. And then lastly, when you create a business model where you just launch once a year, you attract decision makers. And they are the best people to work with. They make a decision fast. You know they're going to come into your world. They're going to get their frameworks and they are going to get to their results fast. And so that's why I think our clients get results that surpass other physician coaches, is because they are decision makers. While they have, let's say our clients, they come in, they have 7 days to decide. They come in, they grab all of their bonuses. They're building out their program. They're making $100K. They're leaving medicine, all while other people are deciding, do I want to be a coach? Do I not want to be a coach? If you want to out-earn your competition, you want to create a business that allows you to leave medicine and stay out of medicine. So you don't have to keep up your license. You never have to keep a medical job just in case. You never have to fall back on medicine as a plan. You want to be able to cultivate the ability to make really good decisions really fast. The less time you spend in decisions, this or that, going back and forth, maybe this or maybe not, the more time you have to get results. So this is your invitation. Be a decision maker. We are only open a few more days. We only open trauma-informed physician coach training once a year. Our 48-hour live bonus ends today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday, January 23rd. It's a 48-hour bonus, is what we're labeling it. It's live 48 hours from the masterclass. It ends today at 2 p.m. And what it is a week of 100K Voxer coaching with me. That is, I'm going to be your coach for that week, private coaching all week on Voxer. You're going to say, hey, Christina, I'm in a launch. I have a masterclass. 2 people have signed up. Both of them are clients. Neither one of them are going to buy this. How do I save this flop launch from flopping? And I'm going to say, okay, listen, here's how we're going to fix your title. Here's how we're going to reposition this. We're going to save this launch mid-launch. We're going to make sure your problems are solved before you even have them. Or you're going to call me and say, hey, Christina, I have a sales call. I've met with her before. She always ghosts me. She never decides. How can I help her get to a decision that feels good to both of us so we don't have to keep doing these follow-up calls every few years? And I'm going to say, okay, here's what you need to do. You need to give her a very structured plan. You need to listen to what her urgent concerns are right now that she needs to be solved in 30 days. And you're going to tell her what are those top 3 concerns and your strategic positioning on how you're going to solve them. Don't tell her you're going to feel better. We're going to do mindset. Nobody wants that this day. In 2026, you're going to tell her, here's how we're going to solve your problems. We're going to fix your job with my coach or chair method. We're going to sign your first high-ticket client with Sell Like a Doctor. We're going to match and exceed your clinical salary with my 100K lead magnet. That's what we talked about on the webinar. Notice it's all very strategically focused. So the 48-hour bonus that ends today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time is to have an expert physician coach inside of your business to help you make decisions, to help you solve problems before they become problems. It's a 100K advantage. My clients have said it's gotten them ahead 6 months in their business just by having someone to co-work with them, create their 100K assets. This is your invitation. Join us today before 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Link is in bio. You get all of our bonuses. There are actually more bonuses, but this is the one that expires today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This is your last chance to join us for the whole 2026. Next chance is going to be 2027. Don't wait. Get in now. You could be retired from medicine in less than 12 months. How do I know? So we do this all the time. We have a process for it. If you have questions, definitely reach out and I will address them on the next live. Talk to you next time. Bye.